Okay, today we're going to talk about the importance of education and success and how it all comes together. I first wanted to start with a quick history lesson. This goes back to 1877. It's when Bisbee, Arizona was discovered. I highly recommend visiting Bisbee if you have a chance. Definitely make it down there. It's worth the trip. The legend has it that it was discovered by Jack Dunn, as I said, back in 1877. He was in the military, but he had an education in geology. And he was sent back then by the military to do a scouting mission for the area to kind of see what was going on down there. And as he was going through, he discovered some minerals that indicated that there might be gold underneath the surface. And so what he did is he quickly resigned his post with the military, and then he went to San Francisco. He was able to get a loan there, and with that money he started the Bisbee mining operation. And as you're probably well aware, he became very wealthy because of this. This was an opportunity that opened up because of his education. And so I wanted you to have that background as we consider the importance of education. I want you to imagine that you're walking through the wilderness and you come up to a large river. I'm talking one like the Tennessee River or the Mississippi River. These are big rivers. As far as I can tell, there are three kinds of people when they approach this river in the wilderness. The first, and all three of them, they want to get across to the other side. The first person's going to look at that river and he's going to see the other side, how great it is, but he's going to figure it's not worth the effort. And he's just going to turn around and go back because for him it just wasn't worth it. The second person, let's imagine a woman, she comes up to the side of the river. She says, you know what, I'm going to get across because I want to reap the rewards of crossing the river. What she's going to do is she'll build a bridge or she'll build a boat, and with those tools she's going to be able to cross safely and be able to get to the other side, and because of that she's going to reap the benefits. The third kind of person, that person's going to come and they're going to say, you know, I really want to get across the river. I can see the value of that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait here on the riverbank, and I'm going to wait for all the water to pass by. That'll be the perfect opportunity to cross. And it'll be dry, it won't require any effort, it'll be perfect. And that's the third kind of person. I want you to remember this as you consider whether or not to pursue your education. I remember back when I was considering to go back to school for my Master of Accounting, I had talked to several people who were of similar age to me, and they all said, yeah, that's a great idea, I think I'm going to go back to school too. They're like, I'm just thinking about it though, I'm not sure yet. Well, in that time I was able to apply for the program, get admitted, enroll for classes, take classes, finish the program, and now I'm well on my way to becoming a certified public accountant. Every last one of those people that told me they were still thinking about it is still thinking about it, and here we are over 4 years later. They're just like that person who went to the side of the river, sat down, and then is just waiting for the water to go because they're waiting for that perfect day when they can cross the river without any problems. It's important to get your education while you're young. As one who went to school both in their 20s and their 30s, I can tell you that it's a lot easier to do in your 20s. You have a lot more time, you have a lot more energy, and your mind is a lot sharper to be able to handle it. Yes, I was able to go back and earn another graduate degree in my 30s, but it was considerably more difficult. At that point I had a full-time job and a lot of stresses, and plus running a household on top of just the school. It would have been a lot easier to do it in my 20s, and I highly recommend that you do it while you're young. One thing to consider too is with the opportunities that education will create for you, you'll have a lot more free time. That's free time that you can spend with family or that you can spend serving the Lord. If you have to spend all of your time working several jobs, then you're not going to be able to serve or spend time with your family as you would like. And I can speak that from personal experience. I love and I respect my father very much, but he never got an education. And because of that, he had his main full-time job, and he always had 2 or 3 other part-time jobs as well to help to put food on the table. I'll always respect him for that, and I'm always grateful. But looking back, I wish that instead of getting that second job, he had just chosen to go to school. It would have freed up a lot more time for him to spend with us and also to spend serving in his ward. In the book Outliers, we realize that there's a price that must be paid for excellence. If you want to truly be a master in anything, we're taught that if you spend 10,000 hours studying or practicing that thing, that you will be world class. And that goes with anything, whether it's somebody who works in the stock market, a violinist, a painter, anything like that. If you put in your 10,000 hours, you will be considered world class. And that's an eternal principle that we have in life, that you will reap what you sow. If you plant a pumpkin seed, you're going to get a pumpkin. If you plant a lemon seed, guess what? A lemon tree is going to spring forth out of the ground. You aren't going to be able to get a peach tree from that lemon seed. We always reap what we sow, and with hard work we will reap the consequences of those decisions. It's obvious that I'm on the campus of a university in the southwestern United States. Hopefully you can see that little robot behind me. He's going to deliver something. I don't know what he's delivering, but it's pretty cool. That's power of education as well. That's impromptu. We didn't plan that. But there are other fields that you can go into as well. Studying in the trades or at a tech school can also provide a lucrative career. For instance, imagine if you had a leaky pipe in the middle of the night. You would call a plumber and you'd be willing to pay top dollar to get that fixed. The same with an electrician or a mechanic. Say your transmission goes out in your car, you would pay a lot of money to get that fixed. And so it's important to remember that if an education at a major university is not for you, there are other options, and you will be rewarded according to your efforts. For our next video, we're going to talk about planning out your education. It's important to do it efficiently and in a cost-effective manner. And as usual, I want to give you some to-dos to leave you with. The first, of course, is to counsel with your Heavenly Father regarding your career. Whichever way that you're thinking about going, be sure to bring it to Him and see what He has to say. The second is to continue to study your scriptures. As you do that every day, I know that He will open up the answers to you. And the third is a challenge for you. It's to learn a new skill today, to try something you've never done before and see how it turns out. And I want to close by telling you that I know that education is important, and I've seen it open many doors in my life. And I know as you pursue yours, you'll have many opportunities that you would have never dreamed of.